All right, good afternoon, TI guys and girls. Making another video in regards to more stuff that's popping up. I go through it every day just as much as you guys do, but I'm learning how to ignore that stuff. It is very hard not to look to the left or to the right and see what's going on. Like sometimes it could be the smallest thing to the biggest thing. It could be from an incident occurring, which are the ambulance and everything, and they're located to my right. I mean to my left, and I'm over there and I'm looking this way, and I have my left window rolled down. Let's just say, for instance, I'm just giving you a little point of review in regards to the certain situations and how these neighborhood watch people work, or detectives. On my behalf, it is the detectives. So let's say that I'm driving and I pull to a stop sign, and I have my left and right window all the way down, and I have my cell phone on that side. Well, let's just say, for instance, that I get distracted and I'm over there and I look this way and I start glancing, and I forget that my window on this side is down. And what happens is sometimes they'll reach in here to grab something. It could be from the tiniest thing to the biggest thing. Maybe it could be your ID that you left on the side right here in the cup holder, or it could be your cell phone, or and next thing you know, that stuff just disappears. It could be a set of keys to your house. Whatever the case may be, this is the way they work. It's a distraction to get you to look to your left. In reality, they're doing stuff to your right. I mean, unless you have eyes behind your head, then that's something different. But if you are blessed like that, man, amen to you guys. But that's just a little something. I'm trying to think about certain things on how to help my TI guys and girls. So there's another thing. Okay, so let's say, for instance, I've almost been killed due to this program. The program. It is a military program as well as a police and everything else program. It's more military veterans affairs. But I'm gonna go ahead and explain it to you like this. So my life was almost recently taken due to this program, either whether it was getting life in prison or whether it was literally taking my flesh, because my soul doesn't belong to anybody in this world but me. Oh, I apologize to the creator. So that's what it is, and there's no if ands or buts about it. Okay, so just remember, my TI guys and girls, it's not okay to bounce around. So since I've been placed on this program, who knows how long, I noticed that right now I'm a little stable. I'm not like stable completely. I've been there for the past 3-4 months, and you know what? All my neighbors know me. Everybody knows me. So other people from other parts of the world, or different people coming from different cities or counties coming into where I live, and them explaining like, hey, watch out for that guy, he's very bad, or watch out for him, he's how would they say it, like they would go around, and let's say you're at a store, right? Well, they're in front of the line and they're over there talking really low to people, and they're saying, hey, be careful with that guy, he's really dangerous. And you have to remember, by you creating your own society, by being in that certain location for a certain amount of time, what usually happens, it could be like a 7-Eleven or something, and that person is speaking up on you, when in reality you don't really know what's going on. But this is certain things that I know that do happen. They say, hey, be careful, that person is dangerous, or hey, all this or that, or this guy's been there and this guy's been there, and he was busted for this. And it's just little stuff. In reality, none of it's really true. But don't forget that let's say it's a guy or a girl at that 7-Eleven that person's explaining this to. And if you have been around that person constantly buying hot dogs and sodas, going into 7-Eleven to buy energy drinks, and it could be like anywhere, just like a Food for Less, a little liquor store, you know what I mean? But just make sure that I know that us targeted individuals tend to like wander off, because a lot of times not only are we thinking, but it's reality for us that a lot of times what they do is they're constantly doing certain things in those certain areas, which is true. But the thing is when you learn how to build your society around your surroundings and all that, so basically your society and everybody around you starts to see you every day. It's a pattern. So the next time somebody goes in there and says, "Hey, be careful with that person. They're very dangerous," and the lady or the guy at the 7-Eleven or Food for Less or the little liquor or the cantina, which is like a Spanish liquor for meat and all that. Well, let's say, for instance, they know who you are. They talk to you. Maybe they don't know your name and they don't know your date of birth and all that, but they see you every day. So they'll look at that person telling them that and they'll say, "I know who that is." It's that easy, that simple. TI guys and girls, I know it's very hard to stay stable in one place, but I'm learning through experience. And like I said, I haven't probably been in this program as long as anybody else, but as of my understanding and learning, I used to bounce around a lot, bounce from house to house, from place to place, living out in the streets, running around, getting different jobs, getting let go, or just not going anymore. Just stay stable. Just stay at that one place and see how it works out. I mean, it will work out. If it's working out for me, it will work out for you. And me, I'm kind of that person to test the waters. Like for instance, it's like me going to court and going pro se. So basically, I'm gonna represent myself, and I'm playing that game. That's not a game. That's standing in front of the judge, conducting yourself in a conductive manner by using high vocabulary, by not cussing, by not getting thrown out of court, by dealing with the DA directly. And they'll look at me and be like, "Whoa, what the heck? This guy is signing paperwork that he wants to go pro se." That's not, man, how intelligent this guy is. Or they'll look at it and be like, "Well, let's test him. Let's see how much he really knows." And it's not very hard to go pro se. I mean, it is, and then again, it ain't. Some people have it, some people don't. I mean, I wish I could be there for everybody, but I have to learn how to choose my battles. But the thing is what I'm trying to get down to is I've played this game with my life as it's a game, and you know what? It's not a game. It's reality. I've almost lost my life already, and I wouldn't doubt it more than once. I've been through it. I've done it, and I'm just trying to pass this knowledge down to you guys because the knowledge that I get from this is something, uh, in my mind, remarkable. It's pretty advanced, and I would love to pass this stuff on to you guys. Oh, and another thing, just remember, now your family. You have your family, and they will betray you no matter what. They will betray you. Don't worry about that. Always keep your distance from your mother, your father, your brothers. And again, you have those brothers that are really bonded, and they'll just look at the next person when the military's around or the detectives, and they're trying to tell them, or whether it's through the phone or the computers or whatever, and they'll say, "Just leave me alone, man. He's not gonna say nothing. There's nothing going on. Just go." I'm not the one for you. This is just knowledge that I have of experience of certain people. I will never trust my family. Look at what's happened to a lot of the dangerous people. Chapo, his mother betrayed him. You know what I mean? Over money, and it probably wasn't over money. It was probably detectives going around talking, or while he killed a detective, and there's a lot of stuff that went into with El Chapo, and you know what? He maybe he was a bad guy, but to my understanding, he was a very grateful man. He was very giving. He would give to a lot of the poor people. He'd give money out to the kids. He'd give milk and eggs and research of certain things. He was like a Red Robin Hood. Stealing from the poor and giving to the rich, or more like slanging or selling dope and giving to the poor, basically. But I mean, to my understanding, he was a bad guy. In my book, that's not a bad guy. In my book, that's a blessed man. But his mother betrayed him. She had everything she wanted, anything and everything. But he was doing things in the wrong way, and his mother just didn't like it. They manipulated her, and now her son is doing life in prison. Never gonna come home. He's in the feds now. He escaped once, came back. I mean, in my book, he's not a bad guy. In other people's book, he's a horrible man. And then the way the world makes him seem, which is the world makes us seem, is just a horrible person. So, I mean, in our book, he wasn't a horrible person. Maybe he did a lot of horrible things, but it wasn't towards us. It was towards uh, his enemies and who he thought were against him, and certain people that would betray him. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, another thing just popped up. This was the main thing that I was trying to explain to you guys. So, now, one thing, always keep contact with your family. Your family will always be there for you anytime, anywhere, any place. But just remember, there's boundaries. They will betray you. So, try to keep your distance from them. But always go somewhere. Don't Okay, so let's say, for instance, that I'm a little stable. I've been here for a few months. A lot of stuff is calming down because you have people going into Dollar Tree with me, or 7-Eleven, or Food for Less, or Ralph's, and they're following behind me or in front of me, and they're telling other people, cash registers, and other people, hey, be careful, or hey, this, or this guy's that, or this guy's this, and the register people will look at them, and say, yeah, he comes here every day. You know what I mean? So I'm finding solutions slowly but surely, but I'm trying to pass them on to all you guys, my TI guys and girls. Thank you for all my comments. Keep hitting me up. If I have time, I'll go ahead and hit you up and try to get you to learn how to break that bond. It's like I said, when they're distracting you over here with the ambulance and somebody laying on the floor and there's puddle of blood on the floor, or maybe there's not, maybe it's just some old lady having a heat stroke, and it's to distract you. So when you look that way, on this side, they're stealing all your stuff out of your car. They're doing stuff behind your back. They're trying to see how close they can get to you. I mean, so it goes a long way. I mean, I've had it to the point to where I'm looking this way and there's people right behind me or all the way back there, and what they do is they try to come really close to see how close they could get to me. Maybe poke me with needles, and so there's all this different stuff. Always remember, if you're in one location and you live there, always leave on the weekend. Try to get out, go somewhere with family, go somewhere with people that go to a party, go wherever you're invited. Try to make it. Don't be lazy. Don't think of all that other stuff. Don't bring it to the other people's attention. Just go. And what starts to happen is, our predators. I'm gonna call them a predator, because they are predators. They prey on people, when in reality they used to get preyed on in schools and all that stuff. And just go, get invited, invite yourself to places, or you tell your family, oh, you're going here, oh, can I go or what? Just go. And then what starts to happen is our predators, these program people, neighborhood watch, detectives, they'll start to see all that, and in reality you're winning them, because if you start to zone off and then you're in one house the whole time where you live, and other people see that, they look at you and they're like, oh, this person has no family. Oh, let's get rid of them easier. So try to open up, try to be smarter than them. And I've done it. I've been through it. I'm going through it. And you know what? I'm passing that knowledge on. So that's another thing too. Try to take off for the weekend, go out with people. I mean, I wish I was everywhere, wherever all my TI guys and girls are, so that I could show my presence and we could kick back together, go to the park, and maybe play catch or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? We could just take out to the bowling alley or to a pool hall, or anywhere, maybe to a bar. I don't drink, so I go to bars every week, but I mean, just because I don't drink doesn't mean I can't go to a bar and have a good time. I go to pool halls every day, every week. I mean, I try to enjoy myself, and I try to show my presence towards the world, even though the world neglects us. And it is what it is, and that's just because we're different. Like I said, my X-Men men and women, we are X-Men, and to the world we are different. We are horrible. We are devilish. We are the devil's sons, the devil's daughters. We own the kingdom of hell, and all this weirdo stuff. Just like that song, Heathens. I mean, Heathens is a crazy song, and it talks about that the world likes murderers and all these other people sitting next to them, strangers, and that's weirdo stuff. That's narcissism stuff. But yeah, to all my TI guys and girls, there's just a little bit more knowledge that I'm learning. The more I pick up, the more I'll give. The more I acknowledge, the more I'll give up. I try to go to parties every Saturday. I work a lot. I stay home, work out, and I just do my thing. And I'm trying to stay in one place for a long time so I can see what happens. If that's the place for me, then that's the place for me. And that's where I'll live for the rest of my life. Or that's what it is. I mean, you can't be wandering around no more. You can't be running around, driving around. I mean, you could do what you want. God gave you your own free will, but just remember that when you do, it just makes it harder for us because we go into different cities and people look at us like, who's this guy? Who's this girl? And they're just weirdos, you know what I mean? They try to call us the weirdos when they're the real weirdos, but I'm trying to think of one more thing I noticed, but I don't think it's gonna pop up right now. I'm already going on 16 minutes. I apologize for any inconvenience. Like I said, I'm gonna start doing those Zoom meetings so that we can meet up if any of my TI guys and girls want to. I already know who's gonna be able to come into them and who's not. I've gotten comments and all this other stuff, and even if people hit me up, I can feel their energy of how they're gonna be or who they are. So yeah, that's about it. Just God bless and try to stay focused on everything that you do. I hope you guys like this video, and there's supposed to be one other thing that I'm supposed to mention to you guys in regards to this program. It's not gonna come up right now. I'll try to make another video, but I'm gonna be headed out to work. You guys have a great day, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Peace.